Hi, and welcome to Nintendo 3DSO, where the O stands for opinion. My name is Thor, and I'll be your guide on today's subject. Is the 3DS hardcore? Today's topic is all about being hardcore. But we have to ask ourselves one question. What is hardcore? Well, according to some out there, it means I play Halo, Skyrim, Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden, Gears of War, etc., etc., burger. Or, I play until 4 in the morning because I have no life. Now, those are neat definitions, but for those of us who have been playing games for over 20 years, me being one of them, being hardcore means knowing what the gaming world is and how to best analyze it to get the most out of your game purchases. So, though I've been playing games for 20 years, I mostly play Nintendo games. Does that mean I'm not hardcore? Well, let me back up a moment. Hold on. For some time now, Nintendo has been seen as not for the hardcore community. Now, why is this? Well, some of the elite games that are deemed to be hardcore, God of War, Halo, Final Fantasy, just to name a few, are not offered on Nintendo systems. Much of this problem stems from two things. One, raw power. Nearly every console generation, Ninty has been outmatched in pure horsepower. Sega always had a stronger... Though, to be fair, they did release a new version of the same system like every 2 years. Sony has consistently been more powerful, and Microsoft's efforts have vastly overpowered Nintendo. Third-party developers have spent the last 10 years going batshit about creating the most realistic graphics, physics, and presentation. So if their game doesn't quite work well with a specific system, developers are going to walk right on by, and that system is usually a Nintendo product. 2. Relationships. Nintendo has had a really poor relationship with third-party developers over the last 15 years. While the GameCube enjoyed some big hits and some awesome ports, for the most part it was left in the dust in terms of some great games found elsewhere. And as for the Wii, well, let's just say most hardcore gamers have laughed it off. So where does this leave the 3DS? Is it hardcore? Given the arguments, history has been pretty rough to Nintendo systems. However, over the past year, several new releases have shed a new kind of light. Even on initial release, games such as Street Fighter and Dead or Alive showcase just how fast-paced this little 3DS could be. Soon after, well, relatively soon, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time was remade specifically for the 3DS. And no one can deny the hardcore-ness of Ocarina of Time. Then, Mario got a release. But is Mario hardcore? Well, that is a subject for another episode, but it is worth pondering and taking into account. Recently, we received a major hit from Capcom in the form of Resident Evil Revelations, which is a part of the official canon and not just some side game. After that, Metal Gear Solid 3 was remade for the 3DS, and soon we'll have the long-awaited return of Kid Icarus, and there's also Nintendog. So, within a year of its inception, the Nintendo 3DS has had some major releases from franchises considered hardcore. But this still begs the question, is the 3DS hardcore? Well, that's for you to decide. Now, remember to follow us daily on Facebook. Our page is Nintendo 3DS Friend Code Swapping, where you can go and, well, you can probably assume what you can do there. We have well over 1,300 members there, and it's growing constantly. So you can go there and find a code and share your code and make a bunch of fake friends. This has been your host Thor, thanking you for watching. And remember, if you are ever hungry for a banana, it's always best to slap the ground a few times until a bunch pops out. Thanks.